And what do I be? It's too loud. It's not too loud. It's too loud. A very good evening, dear viewers. I hope that audio can now reach you. Welcome to the final. I hope that it is now clear both in audio and video. Comment section. Final Hazard versus Jackson ASIKU. very good morning, Africa. Once again, good morning, Africa. Testing microphone. Good morning, Africa. Once again, a very good morning, Africa. A very good morning. Can now reach you. Welcome. It's one of those times when you are playing your first open competition final, the one which is open, not limiting any other player in terms of participation, and also not restrictive in terms of age. That is what exactly this young man is going through. 14-year-old Jackson ASIKU is one of the best young players maybe on the continent. When you look at his age, his equals, maybe those who are a little bit better than him, I have seen them in South Africa at his age, and I'm mostly talking about the South African under 19 champion, that is Ryan Williams. Outside of that, this young man at his age could be the continent's best. He is in the final of an open tournament and is taking on one of the best players in the country in HAZZARD Lokoma, in a rest of 5 to take the money, but most especially for this young man, the pride and chance to be called a weekly comp champion in a Ugandan weekly comp. It is Jackson ASIKU nil and HAZZARD Lokoma the Truth 2 in a rest of 5 in the final. What a day it has been. That has not been simply marred by the events in this tournament, but also the events in Durban, South Africa, where Caesar Chandiga has been defeated in a rest of 21 to 13 frames by Jeremiah Naido. And yet in Kampala, thousands of kilometers away, Jackson ASIKU puts the black off the red to pull one back. It's ASIKU 1 and HAZZARD 2 in a race to 5. To the final, I hope that it is now clear both in audio. So it has been that kind of day. By the way, there is another comp I'm streaming tomorrow. The other gender, Rachel Mbewe's gender, there is a 24-woman competition that is happening at Addis Sport in Kampala. That will be my office for tomorrow. Live streaming from around lunchtime 1 p.m. up to around 10 p.m. It will not take as much time as this one has taken. This one has taken a lot of time, most especially because of the fact that there was a very, very heavy downpour this morning. And yes, the players could not reach the venue on time because they had to negotiate. Plus, Kampala, in the middle of the rain, some had to wait for the rain to stop, and of course, too much traffic during and after the rain. It's the start of the rain season in Uganda. It has started on a very, very bad note. Just one day ago, we lost 20 residents of Kampala simply because of heavy rains, and most especially because of some not so strong housing structures, as long as not so good drainage system. It can be very painful, most especially when you are looking forward to the rain after sunshine for more than 1 month. Back to the game. Jackson ASIKU and HAZZARD Lokoma racing to 5, and HAZZARD leading by 2 frames to 1. This match, in the meantime, is being streamed both on Break and Finish Live Facebook as well as Break and Finish Live YouTube. Feel free to serve yourself by watching from a platform of your preference. HAZZARD playing the Reds to go. Accurate white ball could put either of the red balls he's looking at, one to the corner pocket on the bottom left, one to the center pocket on the left. He will start with the one to the corner pocket. Will want to spin the white ball backwards, may want to avoid contact between white ball and yellow. He uses yellow ball instead to support the movement of the white ball, but I don't think he will get it accurate because he has a sharp on the red, and naturally white ball moves towards the bottom end of the table, and yet black is at the top end of the table. That is why it will be a little bit of a challenge him getting accurate white for the black. Nonetheless, he will try. Of course, he's not a player who is short on skill, not at all. Maybe he will just roll with as little power as possible, but with as much precision as possible. Black put to the corner pocket onto the top right, aims and shoots and puts. HAZZARD 3 and Jackson ASIKU 1. Ivanemi, thank you for watching. Any updates on Caesar? Yes, Caesar has been beaten by Jerry, and I think he'll be playing a 4-man comp tomorrow. Then he will be having other matches in Johannesburg and Cape Town. And after the tour of South Africa, he will be proceeding to Zimbabwe. It's just across the border to participate in the Queen's International Double Life Tournament. So he will not be in Uganda for the next 3 weeks at least. And while he's away, we are seeing ASIKU and HAZZARD in the final, in which HAZZARD is leading by 3 frames to 1. Kasim Musula, you're watching from South Africa. You are supporting HAZZARD. Of course, there is a little bit of history between HAZZARD and South Africa. He was in the country for 1.5 years, playing semi-professional pool. Zakeli Nkosi, he wanted me to have come with Caesar. Man, it doesn't come easy to be to the Mzansi nation. It doesn't come easy. It takes visa. Visa does come at $150, then about around $600 in travel, and then you imagine being there for some good number of days. So you find someone like me needing say maybe $900 simply to come to South Africa for a week to stream games. But special thanks to Francis Mkwekwe of Kiss Pixels Photography Facebook and YouTube streaming platforms, at least we got to enjoy the games from that side. Mukai Wellington Kodzange, thank you for watching from Scotland. Wow. One up Gwajo. Thank you for watching. Roger Stacks, also thank you for watching. You are watching on Facebook. Also shout out to you those who are watching on the YouTube stream. Well, the likes of Will Pata Abisai, you're saying the boy is playing some good pool. I believe you are talking about Jackson ASIKU. Of course, of the two, he's the one who is the boy. Alian Abdikari Mohammed, yes, you're saying at that age playing in front of more than 10 people is a talent. Yes, he is a very, very composed player. Also relatively well-grounded and well-nurtured, and maybe, God willing, the sky will be the limit for Mr. Jackson. He's a product of the ghettos of Kampala, a place called Bwaise. And yes, there he's very known and very famous. It was until about 1.5 years ago when the guy that was taking care of him, after realizing his pool talent, decided to bring him to tournaments like this one. And I do remember the first match I streamed involving him was in a tournament in 2023. I remember comp was won by computer. Then I also remember streaming a game between himself and Ibra Sejemba. And then he played against another senior player called Charles Segawa in the same tournament, which was a double life tournament, and lost to Ibra Sejemba, then lost his second life to Charles Segawa, but on penalties. And that was enough to communicate to me what exactly this guy is made of. And yes, now he's up against HAZZARD. And he's in the final. Tournament has gotten 35 players. And he's one of the top two, irrespective of what happens in the final, irrespective of the result, win or draw. He has made a statement today. And by the way, he's now Uganda's junior champion. He won the Grand Open Championship juniors category for players who are under the age of 18. Tournament was played just over 2 weeks ago in the Midwestern district of Fort Portal. What is he trying to do? Look at the red ball, which is near, just behind the 3 yellows at the corner pocket around the top left of your screen. That is where the frame shall be won or lost, and probably will be won by whoever of these two players contemplates the situation in his favor better. Samuel Mashava, thank you for watching on YouTube. You're asking where Caesar is. You are the only person on the continent who doesn't know that Caesar is in South Africa making a tour. Will he pot? No, he will not. He could even foul. He will not foul, but he has not potted. And this one should be advantage. HAZZARD. At one point I thought the white ball was going in from my viewing position, but good safety play from the guy that calls himself the Truth. And the young man simply plays his red as much as he could see it. This is the kind of situation HAZZARD was hoping for, and is going for clearance, playing connection, the little of the yellow that he was seeing, using it to play connection and displacing it the other yellow, displacing the other yellow to ensure that the frame is now open. He is good to go, good to make it for. If HAZZARD wins this ongoing frame, his opponent Jackson ASIKU will need to win all of the next frames 4 in a row, something that is almost close to impossible, and yet somehow HAZZARD scratches. Advantage Jackson. This one is a frame that seems done and dusted in favor of the young man. How good will his white ball move? His intention was to have white ball for black to the center pocket, and the intention has been gotten pretty much accurately. The rest is a formality. Jackson ASIKU 2 and Lokoma HAZZARD 3. Race to 5. Maximum number of frames left is 4. Of the 4, Jackson ASIKU needs 2. No, he needs 3. And HAZZARD 2. Thank you for watching. Isaac Sams Senyanjo on Break and Finish Live Facebook, as well as Tesfa Shinkombwe. Oh, my friend Tesfa Shinkombwe is the secretary of the Zambian Pole Union. Thank you, Tesfa, for the work you're doing for the sport. How I wish you don't miss out, Queens. And I know that wherever you are and there is a tournament, whether or not you are the part of the organizing committee, you become the organizer. That's one thing I realized about you. And all these players know you and they really cherish you for the work that you're doing for this beautiful sport. That one is for you, Tesfa Shinkombwe in Lusaka. The truth, attacking from number 6, hoping to make a clearance, hoping to make it 4, hoping to take down Jackson ASIKU, because it has been a real while since HAZZARD last won a comp. By the way, this year 2025, despite the big number of tournaments that are organized in Uganda, despite for the last 2 years this guy being one of the players that have been winning the most number of tournaments, this year he has not won any, and that for a player of this level is a big shame. But for frame number 6, I think he should be okay. Yellow to the center pocket on the right, then yellow to the corner pocket on the top right, another yellow to the center pocket on the left, and the black will be there for the rolling to the corner pocket onto the bottom left of your screen. You have to be careful to have white ball as perfect and as close as the word close itself. Now on the black, a simple roll will do. Nothing fancy, nothing difficult, and nothing special. A simple roll and on target, and goes 4-2 up. Rest to 5, and it is 3 frames to go now. The young man Jackson ASIKU must win them all, or else he succumbs to position number 2, which by the way will be a very, very, very respected position number 2. So Mr. Tesfa Shinkombwe, a game between Nsangu and ASIKU will not be a bad one, but Nsangu is older. Nsangu was big size, he has developed a big body. First time I saw him, he was still small, but the guy has really become tall, and also he looks older than his age. But the match between him and this young man will be okay for our eyes, as the guy that calls himself the truth is now looking to make it 5. 5 is the magic number of wins, which wins either of these players this competition. And he seems all he's caring is at least to pot a ball. Each time that he takes a shot, he is now on 5 yellows. 3 to the center pocket, 2 to the bottom end of the table. In my opinion, he has played the white ball too close to one of his reds, making it difficult to pot, but at least he has some breathing space where to try and put that red, some working space. he's on 3 reds. I'm not so sure he has sight of the one he's looking at. Maybe by connection, play red against another red. Oops, there was space, and space is utilized very well. Yes, he will want to pot. White ball, when drawn backwards, naturally moves towards the right end of the table where there is the last red. Has to be on target first, and he is off target instead. Advantage, ASIKU. And yes, it seems some of you who are watching Jackson ASIKU for the very first time, you are really appreciating his talent. Talent, no doubt. One thing special about him that he is still calm and he has the brains on the table of a very old player like Tess Fashinkombwe, and then even the way he conducts himself off the table as a player, he is quite impressive. And there he is. He has stolen, if I can use that word, 1 frame so far in the competition, in the final where Hazard almost won it and then got a slight miss, and Jackson took the frame away, and maybe frame number 7 could go the same way as frame number 3. Just roll the white ball with top spin, use cushion to support its movement. Maybe it moved further than he would have wanted. He has that yellow ball towards the top end of the table, which he withdraws, plays with the backspin. White ball naturally moves backwards towards the last 2 yellows, just like that. Maybe it didn't move backwards enough, but I think it will be okay. But this one is now some work to do for Jackson. When he pots, white ball is not natural for the last yellow. Maybe after potting, white ball moves towards the cushion on the right, and yet he is completely off target. Maybe this is the chance that Hazard has been looking for to take down the young man once and for all. Tawanda Mdenga, thank you for watching. You're asking how old Jackson ASIKU is. Yes, he is 14 years old. And yet Hazard again snookers himself. That I have to admit I did not see coming at all. But one of his strengths is finding snookered balls off the cushion, off 1 to cushion, finds the red, didn't pot it, inside pots the yellow ball, and almost a second yellow, and the foul couldn't come as big as the one that we are watching right now. And Hazard knows, and Jackson knows, and the fans at the venue know, and those watching online know that frame number 7 is being won by the young man. From this kind of range, he will never ever miss the black, not when it is a final for the first time. Jackson ASIKU 3 and Hazard Lokoma 4. Especially those of you who are watching on the YouTube stream, the audio was almost for the whole final. It wasn't intentional. It was a technical issue on my side. It was a mistake on my side. There has been no audio on the YouTube stream. How I would have wanted to do, I didn't see that. Sorry guys. my apologies, most especially those of you who are watching on the YouTube stream. The audio was off almost for the whole final. It wasn't intentional. But what we are witnessing now, guys, is a budding talent in the making. Someone that can become a real item on the scope of African pool this year and next year and the other year and the other year. Facing one of the big boys of Ugandan pool, but maybe the young man is coming short. He's seemingly maybe taking a very, very respectable second position, Jackson ASIKU, because with this kind of game, with this kind of opportunity, the kind of yellow game is have, Hazard will never ever forgive you as a player, despite your age. With the two yellows playing connection, yellow to hit yellow, he'll want to put both of them to the same corner pocket, and then the black, and the frame will be gone. Maybe to fetch white ball for black to the center pocket and the right, we'll use lovely left spin on the white ball. Jackson ASIKU concedes the frame, concedes the match, concedes the final, and concedes the tournament. It has been a very big joy having you as an audience for the day that has been marred by victory for Jerry over Caesar in a money match thousands of kilometers away in South Africa. But here in Uganda, today's weekly comp has been won by Lokoma Hazard with victory over Jackson ASIKU in the final by 5 frames to 3. The third place match is still ongoing in the background. That one we shall be getting results of it later today. For now, I wish you a very wonderful rest of your evening. May the Almighty God bless you.